So here's my system. It's all about online store management. It is a simple Java Swing application that allows users to manage products in an online store. Users can edit, delete, and add products, and the application interacts with a MySQL database to store product information. So first and foremost, we have the package declaration. So this line declares that the class belongs to this package, which help organize the code. So the next thing is the imports. So these lines, we import necessary classes from the Java Swing library for creating the GUI, handling events, and working with the database. So the next one is the class declaration. This line defines the OnlineStoreApp class, which contains all the functionality for our application. And for the next one is the database connection parameters. These constants store the database connection data. The URL specifies the database location, and the user credentials are set to connect to the MySQL database. And the next one is the Swing Components declaration. Here, we declare the GUI components. As for the G-frame, the main window of the application. The JText field is for entering product details and for the name, price, and quantity. JButton for adding, editing, and deleting products. JTable is to display the list of the product, and for the default table model for the table that holds the product data. Next is the selected product ID. This variable keeps track of the currently selected product ID in the table. It starts at this, indicating that no product is selected. And the next thing is the constructor. The constructor is called when an instance of OnlineStoreApp is created. It initializes the GUI and loads existing products from the database. Next is the initialize method. A new G-frame is created with the title Online Store Management. The default close operation is set to exit the application when the window is closed. The size of the window is set to 800 by 700 pixels and it is centered the screen. Next is the input panel creation. A panel is created to hold the input fields for product details. A title border is added to the panel for better visual organization. Next is the grid bug constraints for layout. It is used to control the layout of components in the input panel. Insets are set to add space around components, and the anchor is set to align components to the west or left. And the next lines is for adding input fields. A label for name is added, and a text field for entering the product name is created and added next to the label. And this process is repeated for the price and quantity. And next is the buttons Panel creation. A panel is created to hold the buttons for adding, editing, and deleting products. The buttons are initialized with their respective labels. Next is the table panel creation. A panel is created to hold the tables that displays the list of products. A title border is added for clarity. The next lines is for table model and table creation. A default table model is created with columns for ID, name, price, and quantity. A JTable is created using the model, and cells are made non-editable. Next is adding components to the frames. The input panels, buttons. The input panel, button panel, and table panel are added to the main frame in different regions. It's the north, center, and south. Next is the button actions. So action listener are added to the buttons to define what happens when they are clicked. Each button calls its respective method to handle the action. Next is the table row selection listener. A listener is added to the table to detect when a row is selected. When a row is selected, the corresponding product details are populated into the input fields. Next one is the making of frame to be visible, and the frame is made visible to display the application window to the user. Next one is the database connection method. This method establishes a connection to the MySQL database using the provided credentials. Next is the loading products from database. This method retrieves all products from the database and populates the table module with the data. It clears the table first to avoid duplicates. The next one is adding a product. So this method handles adding a new product to the database. It retrieves the input values, validates them, and executes an SQL insert statement. The next one is editing a product. So this method allows the user to edit details of a selected product. It checks if product is selected, retrieves the input values, and executes an SQL update statement. And the next one is deleting a product. This method handles deleting a selected product from the database. It confirms the deletion with the user and executes an SQL delete statement. Next is the populating fields from selected row. So this method populates the input fields with the details of the selected product in the table. And the next one is the clearing input fields. So this method clears the input fields and resets the selected product ID. And the next lines is for this method display the informational message. The user, this method displays informational message to the user using a dialog, and it shows a message. And for this method, it displays an error message to the user using a dialog box. And the last one is the main method. The main method is the entry point of the application. It sets the look and feel of the UI and creates an instance of OnlineStoreApp, which initializes and displays the application. So here is my database for my project OnlineStoreApp. The first thing I did is to create a database called OnlineStore, and then create a table named products, and then here's the structure of it, and the price is decimal, and let's try to fill this up. Okay, let's add some name. Price is decimal. Here it is. Let's check on the database. Let's try to edit this. It's 78. Let's try to like this, but it's add. And notice if you do this, it's an error because you don't feel this too. Let's try to delete this. Let's try to see the database. And that's all.